Every day is an adventure on the road for a truck driver. You never know what's just over that next hill. My adventure began in February 2002. I am Richard Goon, better known as the Truckin' Rooster, and this is my story. Welcome to the Tales from the Road.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Tales from the Road. It's been a little while since we visited this series, so we got a pretty exciting one for you today. Definitely not a good day in my career, but it goes back to I think it was 2008 spring, right about April, so it was the end of winter, but out west you still can get some storms up in the mountains, and at that time we had come from Ohio, and I had picked up Amanda, my ex-wife, and we went out to Colorado and delivered a load there in Denver, and then we went on up to Grand Junction the next morning and finished the second drop up there, and then of course we just turned around and went back to Denver empty. And it was a beautiful day up in the mountains. I remember we were stopping in the rest areas along I-70 and taking pictures and everything, and it was great. It's had that, I had that W9. I only had that W900 for probably a couple months, and I love that truck. I mean, for being a Navajo driver, and if you could get your hands on one of the W900s, that was a super truck for Navajo. It was about the best you could get. So I was pretty happy. I had gotten that truck and cleaned it up and everything, and it was pretty sharp. And so we was just trucking along back towards Denver, and then all of a sudden you noticed that the clouds started rolling in, and I had a few snow flurries were coming, and I was like, shoot, I said, well, I think it's gonna snow, and Amanda was like, well, I think it's gonna looks like it's gonna get pretty nasty, and I'm like, nah, I don't think it's gonna get that bad, it's already April, and I don't think it's gonna get that bad. So she's like, well, we better get going because it don't look good. So okay, so we go, and so anyway, we're trucking along. We come up on the the Eisenhower Johnson Tunnel. It's the Johnson Tunnel's going eastbound, and the Eisenhower going westbound. Or what is it? That thing's like a mile, 1 to 2 miles long. I know it's at least a mile and a half, and it's a huge mountain. And well, so everybody all of a sudden, we're going through the tunnel, and of course it would already snow was starting to come down there on the west side of the tunnel. So we went through the tunnel. Everybody's doing about 15 miles an hour. I mean, we were just creeping through, and well, I come out, and you come out of the tunnel right there. When you come out of the tunnel, as soon as you come out of the tunnel, it goes into a curve and just drops right out. The road just kind of curves, and down it goes. So I popped out of the tunnel. We're doing like 15, 20 mile an hour, whatever, and all of a sudden, it's like all hell broke loose. It was like a blizzard hit between night and day on the two sides of the mountain. On this side, on the east side of the mountain, it was just all hell. And all of a sudden, cars just start going, left and right. They're going all over. I'm like, what the What's going on? You know, I see these cars are going all around the side. I look up and there's a freaking box truck, a 6-wheeler, spun out. He was in the left, mostly in the left lane, but was actually in across both lanes. He's spun out sideways, and you know, of course, I had this empty trailer now, so I had nowhere to go. The cars were all going around the sides. People were pulling over, stopping, completely blocked off all of my exits there, escapes. So I hit the brakes, and as soon as I hit the brakes, just the trailer just slides out, and so we're just going, and I was like, I just gripped on the steering wheel. I was like, holy crap, you know. And all of a sudden, I realized we weren't getting out of this. You know, it was solid ice. We were in a slide, and I was headed right for the cab of this box truck. So the only thing that I could do to think was to hit the box, because I didn't want to hit the cab. I didn't know if anybody was in the cab, or I couldn't see, you know, and it's just kind of was, you know, we were kind of going into a panic, but everything was like, goes into like real slow motion, you know, when this happens. And so I knew we were going to hit him. So the only thing I could think to do was hit the box and not hit the cab. And so I turned the wheel, you know, to the left, and we just bam, we plowed into him, and just, boom, hit that box dead on center. That box truck went flying down the highway. I mean, he was, you know, 100 yards down the highway. He just slid down the road. He was still sideways. I just pushed him, and when I hit him, my truck just finished. It just like jackknifed. Front end dropped off into the ditch, and then I was completely blocking the highway. I was pretty much jackknifed across the highway right there. And as soon as I went into the ditch, and then it dropped down. The truck stopped. I look out my window, and all I see is a freaking pickup truck hauling a trailer coming right at me, and he just boom right into my drive tires. And behind him, another pickup that slides off. He is in the ditch. He missed the wreck, went into the ditch, and apparently, initially when I hit my brakes, also when the trailer started to slide, I took out a car right there. I didn't even know about. I didn't find out till like the next day, when the lady called me on the phone, said that I took out her car. Oh man, it was insane. It ended up being like a 13 vehicle pileup up there. Just boom, boom, boom. Everybody just, once I blocked the road, and everybody hit that ice, and it was a mess. Nobody, there was one lady in the back had a bloody nose, because at the very back, she ran into the back of a tanker, and I guess a hose or something was sticking out, or something went through her windshield or something, and she got a bloody nose. But anyway, she refused medical treatment, so she wouldn't hurt too bad. Amanda and I were taken to the hospital, but it was minor injuries, bruising. I had problems for several years. I had a lump right here, like on my wrist, which I never even had it checked out. But I gripped the wheel. I had gripped the wheel so tight that when the impact from hitting the box came back, it just went right up through my wrist there, and it was all swollen up for 3 or 4 years there. And I don't know, it's fine now. So and Amanda, she she just before we hit the box, she reached out to grab the handle there, and she didn't quite make it, so she got slammed against the passenger window. So we were the only ones that went to the hospital for, we had some minor bruises and stuff, and they're just checking us out. But so nobody, thank goodness, nobody got hurt, and too bad, and oh, it was a mess. So, and it was scary. I remember I was calling up dispatch on the telephone, and I was just pretty much in a state of shock, and they're trying to figure, like, calm down, what's the hell, what's going on, and I was just freaking out. I didn't know if anybody was really hurt. I didn't know. It was a crazy day, man. I don't ever want to go through nothing like that again. But anyway, the wrecker ended up, they got a wrecker up there, and they got the truck back to town, and they ended up fixing it. It wasn't really, and they put a new hood on it and a bumper, and it was good to go. But I never did get the truck back because they got those new T660s came in, so they made me, because I was on the top fleet, fleet in the company, they made me go with the 660, which was not bad. Those are really nice trucks anyway. But well, the W9 was it was fun while it lasted, I guess. So anyway, they were pretty. It was pretty old. They're close to getting rid of them anyway. But so that's pretty much what happened there. Oh, and then they didn't. I didn't get cited or anything for the accident. Actually, nobody got cited for the accident because it was ice, and there was nothing anybody could do. The guy was in the middle of the road. Anyway, turns out, I guess at the time though, he wasn't even in the truck. The truck was empty anyway, so he wouldn't have got. So he got out of the way, and then mine. I was able to back right out of the ditch, even though I was jackknifed and everything. After the cops came and they got everything settled down, they had me back up. I backed right back out of the road, and pulled off to the side. So I don't know why that guy didn't. I don't even think he tried to get out of the way. I think he just parked it and ran off the side of the road and left it in the middle of the road. So, alrighty. Well, I guess we gone on long enough, so we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.
The night on your doorstep, worry on your face. You must have heard rumors that I don't stay. Well, my restless days are all history. Where you are, where I'm gonna be. The truck stops here, that's far as it goes. At the end of my